So, got my TARDIS up, got my sonic screwdriver. So, of course, today I must be talking about Doctor Who. Specifically, I'm going to post today an idea of a Doctor Who fan fiction that I'd previously thought up, but I never ended up following through with. I might write it someday. You never know. I came up with this idea a few years ago when Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman were in the parts of the Doctor and Companion. And I did start to write it, but ultimately I never finished it because, well, life got in the way, and I eventually just left the idea behind. The idea, or the title of my fanfiction episode, I imagined, Doctor Who, The Polar Express. Now this idea in my head was kind of taking inspiration from previous Doctor Who Christmas specials that kind of adopted the name of an existing book, an existing movie, or whatever, such as The Runaway Bride, Voyage of the Damned, A Christmas Carol, The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, and to a lesser extent The Snowmen. This one I kind of thought in my head would take inspiration from the classic Chris Van Allsburg Christmas classic story, The Polar Express. For those who somehow have never read the book or have never seen the film starring Tom Hanks of it, the story basically follows a young boy who discovers a mysterious train that runs to the North Pole, carrying kids to the North Pole where they eventually meet Santa. It's kind of become fairly famous in the last few years. Now, when I reposted the idea recently on social media, asking what people would do with the story, or how they would change it or how they would make it better, I did get some quite good ideas of it. I mean, they still followed my same basic framework I had an idea for the episode, which is that the Doctor and Clara investigate children going missing and discovering that they're being taken by a mysterious train to the North Pole for experiments by an alien race. I asked how people would improve that, and I did get quite a lot of good ideas. For example, switching out 12 and Clara for the new TARDIS team of Jodie Whittaker, Yaz, Graham and Ryan, who they thought it would work quite well with. For example, people suggested that Yaz could be investigating the children's disappearances as part of her job as a police officer. You know what, that's fair enough. I also got ideas of reusing the dream crabs from the 2014 Christmas special Last Christmas, and also had ideas that possibly the Master would be behind the experiments. Which, okay, I admit, that would have been kind of cool. But what I'm going to do today is outline what this episode would be from my point of view, and my brain. I mean, if other people here have any ideas of how the idea could be improved, or how you would do the episode differently, feel free to leave them down below. I'd love to hear what people think Doctor Who could do with the Polar Express. I mean, they already did so much with Voyage of the Damned, A Christmas Carol, and so forth. But yeah, Doctor Who, the Polar Express. As I said, I would keep it between Doctor Number 12, i.e. Peter Capaldi, and Clara Oswald. And I would imagine in my head that Clara would come to the Doctor, asking him to investigate a series of child disappearances. Might seem strange for Clara to do this, but I feel in her head, feel in my head that as a school teacher, she would feel a degree of responsibility to look after these kids and make sure they were safe. So when they start going missing, she legitimately feels concerned. So she would come to the Doctor, asking him to look into it. The Doctor at first would be a little bit cold and distant, having a similar attitude that he had in the one Christmas special they did have last Christmas. Like, there are quite a lot of dangerous things on this planet anyway, Clara, most of which you eat. I'm the Doctor, I'm not your mum. I imagine he'd have a similar aspect to that. Like, people on this planet go missing all the time. Am I supposed to use my TARDIS to look and find every single person who disappears off this funny little planet? So, it might seem like a bit jerkish here, but that's imagine what I do. But then, like she did with In the Forest of the Night or Kill the Moon, I imagine that Clara would once again chastise him, saying that you walk this earth, you breathe our air, you have a degree of responsibility to do this. So the Doctor would kind of rather reluctantly kind of look into it, only for the kind of crux of the story to be introduced, as they would discover children mysteriously leaving their houses at night, kind of in certain parts of the city, and kind of walking out in the snow to a certain part of the land where a mysterious train appears, and the children board the train. The Doctor and Clara would kind of climb aboard and would discover all of the children in trances, like they're not responsive to anything. And they discover eventually that the train of which all the children are on are seemingly impossibly travelling kind of over continents, and maybe would also have an AI kind of system in it, similar to the one in Mummy on the Orient Express. Maybe it's discovered that the company that made the Space Orient Express also had a kind of hand in this one. So of course they would try and wake the children up, only to discover no avail, and they would eventually arrive where the train is heading, the North Pole. To which the children would then kind of hop off the train and would kind of march into an alien spaceship that's parked there, where they are being experimented on by some alien creature. I don't know if it would be the Master, I don't know if it would be another alien race, one that's already been introduced, or a whole new one, but they're being experimented on. And the Doctor and Clara would kind of confront the aliens about it, and the aliens seemingly wouldn't care. They would say, like, this is for important research, we need this done. Maybe they're trying to rob the children of childlike wonder, or use their brains to power a specific computer. I don't know exactly all the details of it. But they would kind of be sucking the kind of life out of the children and using it to power their machinery, and the Doctor wouldn't be having this. He would kind of find some way to kind of destroy the machinery or set it into overdrive, release all the children from their trance, and get them all out of the spaceship right away. And then it would be down to he and Clara to make sure to get the children back to their families in time for Christmas Day, which they would of course accomplish by the train. They could do it using the TARDIS, but the TARDIS is all the way back in London, and at the minute they're currently stranded at the North Pole, so the train is their method. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not. I mean, as I mentioned, that's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of eventually abandoned the idea. Kind of life got in the way, and I couldn't figure out a way of kind of ironing out all the minor inconveniences, or major ones. So eventually I forgot about the idea until I kind of reposted it recently on social media, and people kind of gave their own versions on how it would be sorted. But I feel the idea had potential. I mean, it would probably have quite a lot that would need to be done. For example, you need to pay Chris Van Oldberg in order to give license to get the title of it. And yeah, quite a lot would have to be done in order to sort out the plot inconveniences. But I ultimately think the idea, maybe someday I will write it down or post it on a fanfiction site. But yeah, I can feel the idea had potential. Any ideas on how to improve it? I'm open to them. Anyway, until next time. Keep the stories going, and I'll see you then. Bye.